So yes, as I was saying, as soon as I finish the course, I'm going to start looking for a job. Luckily, the month that I did work allowed me to earn some more money, so I was able to take a couple of weeks off right now, and I decided I would create this course. So basically, that's what it was. That's what the experience was in itself. How has life changed for me afterwards? It's weird. Before the experience, there was duality. My whole life, there has been duality. And I was Miriam. After the experience, there's zero duality outside. There's some kind of duality within me. And Miriam, well, I'm not Miriam here, see? Whenever I say I, or I refer to Miriam, something right away tells me, you're not Miriam. So that's what's happening now. Everything is a lot clearer outside. I know everything is the will of God. I see the will of God. But within me, within the organism, I know the truth. My pure consciousness is God. I, as the pure consciousness, I'm God. And I'm that huge God. However, the organism, Miriam, is still in this creation, still has to live, still has habits, ideas. As I said, the negative emotions, I can't feel them deep. I can, but it's going to hurt me. The positive emotions are a lot nicer. I noticed it. It's not that on purpose they're nicer. When I've noticed when I'm happy, I feel like I expand a lot more. I don't know, it's different. So basically that's it. But I decided now it's been, what date is today? April 8th. It's been almost February, March, April. It's been almost 3 months. I decided I'm going to live life as Miriam. Just because it's easier. For instance, right now with this course, something does remind me, you're not Miriam. And I feel free to say it. This is what this course is for. I'm expecting spiritual people to be looking at it. I'm not going to go outside on the street and say, Miriam. Can you imagine? Miriam would like this. Miriam is thinking about doing this. Like, oh no. No. That's the weird part. That's the hard part. Hard. It's as if I were living a lie in the street. I'm Miriam. And I actually know I'm not Miriam. I am the pure consciousness. And it's not Miriam. The pure consciousness is giving life to Miriam. I've understood it better. It's as if we were puppets. You know, the ones that you put in your hand and you move. So our personalities are the puppet. If God doesn't come and put the puppet and manipulates it, the puppet is not alive. So that's what it's like. Zero duality anymore outside. Now within me, I know who I am. And I have to live as Miriam. I have my dogs with me. I'm still Miriam with them. But now I address them. Now I know me as God is also them, in them. So it's very nice for me now to start practicing. I decided I was going to try to practice being God more, at least in my safe environment. So yeah, when I talk to my dogs, I address them for some moments, not all the time. It's not like they have that much patience. Like God, I do talk to them as if they were God and I'm God. But other than that, do I walk on water? I haven't tried. I'm not going to try. You know, some people think that you're supposed to get powers on the path, like powers, on the path to realizing your true nature. You do get skills. I call them skills. And you don't develop them on purpose. You just suddenly notice you're able to do certain things. And I was just reading about Paramahansa Yogananda that his master told him that it's not by the number of powers that spirituality is measured, but by how deep into your own consciousness you can go. So one of the things I did develop, and I'm going to share this with you, is on the way, on my spiritual path, on my journey, I realized I was able to, in my case, with me, remove my headaches. Sometimes I guess we all get them. It's rare for me to get them, but when I did get them, well, they're annoying, you're at work and there's this headache. So I just thought, it just occurred to me. Well, if everything starts in the spiritual planes and then it manifests physically, my headache that I'm feeling in my physical head quite likely is originating somewhere in the inner plane. So, in the same way as when my head hurts and I go, oh, poor head, or whatever, I'm going to try to do the same to the astral or spiritual part where the headache may be originating it. Basically you're just giving yourself love. Those of you who are parents, that's what you do to your kid, right? Oh no, poor sweetheart. You give love, you give care. So I thought maybe there's an area of me that needs love. So I'm just going to give love to it. So I started going like this. And eventually I found the point and the headache would go. It's like, okay, all right, it works, whatever, right? At the same time, I'm aware that everything is the will of God, that diseases are just a way of our spirit to let us know that we're doing something wrong. We're making wrong decisions either in our eating habits, in our mental habits, our thoughts. So it's a red flag. A disease is there to let you know you're doing something wrong and you need to change the course. You need to change something. Otherwise, things are going to keep going wrong. It's like when you have a car, if you hear a noise, it's not, oh, I hate you noise, bad noise, I don't want to hear you, I'm going to close my eyes, my ears, sorry, I don't want to hear you. No! If there's a noise, that means there's something wrong. Go and find out what's wrong to fix it. So that's why I'm aware that's what diseases are. So at the same time, I don't just want to go around removing headaches, right? I try to understand what I may be doing wrong. I'm sorry, that was my dog. I'm trying to understand what I might be doing wrong. And so I try to change it. I don't go around just removing my headaches. So what happened afterwards, and again, this happened by chance. I noticed it by chance. A headache came and just automatically after finding the technique of giving love to it wherever the source was in my spiritual bodies, I found another way to remove it by, here's the source. I'll take it out of my organism. I'll take it out of my aura. And the headaches were stopping. So after the event, I was feeling a headache and just out of habit, I said, I need to take it out of my organism. Right away, it was gone. The moment I did this, because before I would go try, take it out of my organism. Is it still a little? Okay, try. This time, after the big event, I just went, gone, fully gone. It's like, okay, all right. So that's another thing that has changed. I guess I won't find out exactly everything that has changed until I start needing it or by chance I start noticing it. My physical life hasn't changed. Myself, I love my life, my whole life, this life that I am aware of, Miriam. Every person that has crossed my path has played a role, a part in my success. So as much as the personality Miriam is still a little upset about the stabbing in the back that happened in the ashrams, I am aware that those people, those characters, had to be there. Had it not been for them, I may not have been able to develop certain strengths or pass certain tests. So I've made a lot of peace. I've made peace with my life. I've made peace with the creation. I'm okay. I'm okay with everything now. As I said, you stop seeing duality. It doesn't mean that you approve of certain things, of certain conducts, of certain behaviors. It doesn't mean you approve of them. You just stop judging. Oh, that was another one. During the experience, I realized that it's up to us to feed duality or not to feed duality. When we judge, we are feeding duality. When we judge good or bad, we just fed duality. We gave more life to duality. When you see something that you don't like, just say it's the will of God. He knows why He's allowing it. So that's why, and now it's even more clear for me. I had already realized that everything is the will of God, that as much as it hurt me, literally I felt the pain in my body to see certain things, it was the will of God, and I just had to accept that I, as Miriam, cannot change some things that are happening in the world, for instance. Other than that, well, my physical life is the same. Myself, a lot of things make more sense now. As I was saying, when I read the scriptures from the Sikh gurus, from Yogananda, from Buddha, who was like, oh my God. And I just came across one of the quotes of the Buddha that had 4 different translations. They couldn't come to an agreement, the translators. And now I know, I was able to say, this is the one that got the right translation. So, life after reaching, life after merging with the huge, luminous ocean of consciousness is good. It's very good. It's different. It's a lot lighter. I want to say it's amazing. It's amazing to realize that everything you had read about God is true. And also you're able to see what is not exactly the way they told us it was. So, if you decide to start your spiritual path, this course was for beginners, so you don't need to make any changes in your lifestyle. You just begin with the meditation, start with the Om mantra I gave you, start with the meditation on the inner sound and the inner light. If you're more serious, you really want to merge with the ocean of consciousness, there's other things you need to do. But as a beginner, if you have a busy life, start with the meditations. You will see the changes in you. You will start developing skills. I believe that, I'm a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian since I'm 19. I started trying to be a vegetarian when I was 17. I started reading the books of the masters in my path. The first book I read was Man, Know Thyself by Master Kirpal, who was the master of my master. When I was 13. That's the first book I got when I was 13. And I do think, the vegetarian diet definitely helps you. But if you can't try a vegetarian diet, if you're still eating meat, just start with the meditations. Begin. That's the first part. They will help you even if you still keep eating meat. Just keep meditating. And you will see a change in your life. Of course, if later on you introduce more changes, you will see bigger changes in your life. So, that's what my experience was like. hope you enjoyed the course. If you have questions about the process itself or the meditations, please feel free to ask them. I may need to add another lecture in order to answer your question. So, this is what it was like for me. If I remember more things about my path, my journey, or if I discover more things, I may add more lectures to the course. But other than that, I think that's all I have to say to you. If you decide to go in the journey, it's so worth it. It's very well worth it. And hopefully somebody will. There's very few of us out there. It would be very nice to meet someone else who has reached the ocean of consciousness too. And well, I hope you enjoyed the course and all the best in your spiritual journey.